I'm Vincent Creel, Public Affairs Manager for the City of Biloxi, and this is today's Be Prepared report. This is being recorded on Wednesday, May 27th, 2020 at 2:30 in the afternoon. The state of Mississippi has now crossed the 14,000 mark on the number of coronaviruses that have occurred statewide. The 313 new cases reported by the Mississippi State Department of Health in the past 24 hours brings the new statewide total since day one to 14,044. In addition, there were 18 COVID-19 deaths reported in the past 24 hours, bringing that total to 670. This chart shows you the progression. And this chart shows you statewide positives for the past 14 days. Harrison County reported 8 new cases of the coronavirus in the past 24 hours and 1 death, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases in Harrison County to 245 since day one. This chart shows you the 14-day look back and trends in Harrison County. Hancock County reported a decrease of 1 case from yesterday for a total of 87 since day one. And Jackson County had 4 new cases in the past 24 hours, bringing its COVID-19 total to 300. We're going to hear from Chevis Swetman of the People's Bank in a moment, but first, the numbers show you the virus is still out there. You saw the tens of thousands of people in town this weekend. It all goes back to the basics and personal responsibility. Remember the things that you were told weeks ago. Frequent hand washing. Keep your distance from others. Avoid sick people. Stay home if you're sick. And use common sense. Don't bring the entire family to the grocery store. Mayor Gillich has said over and over he is appreciative of the patience, the diligence, and the vigilance. Today, we call your attention to a couple of things. The first is the updated version of the city's Opening Up Biloxi Again plan. Everyone in Biloxi was mailed a 4-page set of guidelines the first week in May. All of the safety protocols are still good, and they should be followed. The updated version includes such things as fraternal organizations, private clubs, dance studios, museums, and more. These are guidelines. It's up to the businesses and the customers to follow them. If you feel uncomfortable, leave a place. The second thing is the June edition of the Citywide newsletter that arrives later this week in homes and businesses across Biloxi. You should begin receiving it on Saturday. You'll find stories about the state of things in Biloxi, new development, and plenty of relevant information to help you prepare for hurricane season. Yes, hurricane season begins June 1st and runs through November 30th. The city is mandated by the federal government to send you this information, and Mayor Gillich is proud to tell you that your flood insurance rates here in Biloxi are 10 to 15% lower because of the city's communication efforts. Almost like a tax cut, he says. And now this. Joining me now is Chevis Swetman, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the People's Bank of Biloxi. Hello, Chevis.
Hello, Vincent. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Did you get out for Memorial Day?
On my front porch.
Did you see the traffic?
Oh, was there traffic? The traffic was smacking all the way from White Avenue to the lighthouse. Wasn't a parking place on the beach. Traffic was heavy. It was absolutely wonderful.
What do you attribute that to?
I think people are just tired of being staying at home. They wanted to do something. They just wanted to get out and do something. The restaurants are starting to open gradually. The hotels are about maybe 2/3 occupied because they're having to phase in their operations. So I think people are out there and looking for just something to do.
Do you think it's stimulus money? Do you think it's unemployment?
It is stimulus money. I think that everybody got that $1,600 check or $1,200, whatever it was. And I've noticed the bank's deposits have gone up. People have been going in. They've been cashing the checks. They've been buying stuff. They've been doing stuff.
So the stimulus money's doing what it was supposed to.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You said walk in. Can people walk into the banks yet?
Effective yesterday, yes. We just reopened the bank lobby. We have been operating the drive-in only, but effective yesterday, they can walk into any of the branch locations.
You have seen Camille, you have seen Katrina, you've seen the Bonnie Carey spillway, you've seen the recession, you've seen, I know you don't go back to the 20s.
No, that's before my time.
How do you rank this? And by the way, it's an unfair question because we're still in it.
Right.
But how do you?
Well, I rank it as the worst for the simple reason from an economic perspective. You've got millions of people who have lost their jobs through no fault of their own. They cannot work. So all of a sudden, people do not have a place to go, a place to earn money. They're staying at home. They're having to spend whatever savings they are because they don't have a paycheck. And they say a lot of people only have about $400 or $500 in savings. Well, that's probably gone by now. That's why I thought that stimulus check that everybody got on in their bank accounts from the government was a good thing. Then the next thing was this payroll protection plan. Now that people can't work because they don't have a job, this is encouraging the employers to go out and bring those people back. The only problem there is the restrictions they put on there, that it had to be for salary, was not, didn't think was well thought out. Is let's look at our bars and our restaurants. We're just starting to open them up right now, and that payroll stimulus had to be spent by June 30th. So that was the rules that were there. So the problem is they've got to extend that because the lounge owners, the restaurant owners, the hotel operators, their occupancy dropped down to less than 10%. They need to give it a time, and plus the 75% going to salary was really too high. They need to drop it, say, 50 to 60% and give it an extended period of time to ensure that it works properly.
It's just totally unprecedented.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
One of the things that you did at the beginning when casinos came here was, I remembered you went to Atlantic City or somewhere and you saw how it impacted the banking.
I sent a team up to Atlantic City, and then we also looked at what was happening up in Reno and in Las Vegas, just to get a feel for what gaming could do for us on the Gulf Coast.
Well, the best I can tell, that meant you captured most of their business because you were on the pulse at the beginning.
Oh, yes.
So let me ask you now, what are you seeing in the casino industry, and what do you think is going to happen?
Well, what I'm seeing in the casino industry right now, it's going to be mighty tough. I'm wondering how they're going to get that social distancing in. In our bank, we've got all these sneeze shields at the teller cages. That's good. I'm just wondering how they're going to get it, and I know how they're going to do the spacing on the blackjack tables. I'm just wondering how they're going to get that social distancing on the craps table.
Because that's part of the allure.
That's right. You want people. You don't ever. If you've ever walked into a casino and there's not a lot of people and not a lot of activity, you're going to think to yourself, I need to go to someplace else. Well, we're trying to get back to that point.
Do you see it happening?
I think it's going to happen.
You see the numbers, man. Tell me.
I will know the numbers this morning, but what we found out is the casinos all ordered their currency, and 2 days later they ordered some more currency.
Is that good?
Oh yeah, because they were running out of hundreds. That means either people were winning a lot or losing a lot, one of the two.
There was activity.
There was activity.
What advice do you have for people? I'm talking about a business owner. What type of advice do you have for just John Doe citizen?
Well, I think
Look in that camera and tell them.
If I was out there, the big thing that I would try and do is get with your banker. Let him know in advance if you're going to be having difficulties. We made a bunch of extensions, about a third of our commercial loan portfolio, about $80 million. We extended for 3 months. Why? Am I a generous person? No, I'm not. If people don't have any income to pay their bills, they're not going to be able to pay me. So we looked at it and we said, look, let's give it 3 months. If it gets back by then, that'll be good. If it doesn't, we'll sit down and look at it again. But you're trying to make sure that the people are there, they're operating, and they're getting jobs for everybody, and people have money to spend, because we're a tourist area. What's 60% of our business is gaming and tourism. That's what we need.
What about for John Doe citizen, the homeowner, the person you talked about from a business
Right.
standpoint?
For the homeowner, I think that Lowe's and Home Depot is now their best friend. Because I've got a number of people saying, if my husband doesn't get out of the house, I'm going to kill him.
I got you.
But so a lot of people are fixing up their homes, and that's another place I visited on Memorial Day. I had 2 or 3 little projects I had to get out of the way, and I went to Walmart to get my stuff.
You don't hire people for all of that?
I can't afford it.
Oh! People's Bank, how long have y'all been in business?
1896, 124 years. Next year will be our 125th.
So out of the 124 years, right now is, you think, the most uncertain time you've ever seen?
It is the most uncertain time, but really I've sort of like to watch the stock market. The stock market's going through the roof. It's crazy. I'll be a little bit more cautious rather than doing, but evidently a lot of people are a lot smarter than me.
I want to thank you for coming over here. Any closing thoughts for the community?
Well, I'm thinking that we got to get this economy back. We got to get tourism up. I'm sort of looking forward to cruising coming in October. I think from the reports we're getting across the nation, most of the big car shows in the United States have canceled through about July. That gives us maybe August or September. We need a shot in the arm like cruising to bring the people in, to fill up the hotel room, bring them down, give them a sunburn, and send them back home.
Chevis Swetman, you're the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Vincent.
We leave you today with another one of our favorites from the vault. We uncovered this video vignette about a year ago in the local history section of the Biloxi Public Library. And with the super Memorial Day weekend that we just had to share this with you again. It's who we are. Biloxi 1960s. It's called America's Riviera. It's 9 minutes long. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This is a land vibrantly aglow with nature's colors. A land of tropical splendor. A land of year-round golf and of rewarding fishing. A land of scenic delights and gourmet magic. This is a land of balmy Gulf breezes and sun-caressed beaches. This is America's Riviera. This is where the action is. In ever-increasing numbers, experienced travelers, conventioners, honeymooners, and family groups visit the Mississippi Gulf Coast, that fantastic 28-mile sand beach nestled between the bays of St. Louis and Biloxi like a diadem atop the Gulf of Mexico. It all really started in 1699. When the early French explorers landed in the area. They liked what they saw and were pleased at being entertained by the friendly Indian tribes. Over a period of 3 centuries, the original settlement grew and expanded westward. Architecture and customs can be seen in the area today, reflecting the life and shifting political domination under 8 flags. Man has polished the year-round natural beauty and showcased it in magnificence. Grand, majestic, and luxuriant hotels and a wide variety of motels offering 5,000 rooms are intermingled among beautiful homes. They dot the beach highway from past Christian and Long Beach to Gulfport and Biloxi. The emerald green of towering trees embrace the inexpensive and the sumptuous alike. This area has become a center for both large and small conventions, chosen for the year-round favorable climate and the unusual concentration of things to see and do in a beautiful seashore setting. They enjoy the superb facilities and delight in the culinary delicacies. There is food to suit every taste. The cuisine ranges from European to Southern, is authentic and delicious, with freshly caught seafood a specialty. America's Riviera is dedicated to fun and relaxation. The slower pace of life dissolves tensions. Everywhere you go, in any season, a warm welcome awaits you. To the fisherman, it's paradise. For nature has bountifully stocked the Gulf waters and the 1,500 miles of bays, rivers, and bayous in the area with 35 different varieties of fish. Free fishing guides of what to catch, where, and when are supplemented by up-to-the-minute news media reports. Safety-equipped charter boats are available for deep-sea fishing. There's a wide range of choice and size. This sailfish put up a record fight, but the fisherman won the record. Fish can be caught from any pier or bridge, and some do it the easy way. Annually, many fishing rodeos are held in the area. They attract thousands of fishermen to test their skill and luck. Cash and merchandise prizes are substantial, and each feels, with a little bit of luck, he'll set a record. The harbor tour captain displays varieties of marine life as part of the interesting and educational cruise. Nature's lavish hand has stocked a few other edibles in this supermarket of the deep. To catch crabs, visitors follow the example of local residents and fish from the piers. Night floundering along the coast has been popular since the early Indian days. The catch is often broiled over a beach bonfire for a tasty treat. To the golfer, it is a land offering daily challenge, for there are 8 championship courses ingeniously laid out and nestled in landscape beauty. It is the chosen home of touring pro Johnny Pott, nationally known champion. History buffs will find it a land surprisingly rich in relics. For example, the museum and home of Confederate President Jefferson Davis, and historic Fort Massachusetts, scene of life and death drama of Civil War days. This century-old lighthouse, astride the beach highway, still shines nightly. To the sightseer, it offers new horizons to explore and pictures to be taken. This port is the nation's largest import handler of raw jute and cotton bagging, but specializes in bananas. NASA's daily tours catapult you into the mysteries of the Moonshoot test program. Inspiring parades and ceremonies are open to the public at the Navy's Seabee Center. Visitors may attend reviews at Keesler Air Base, the largest electronic training center in the world. Excursion boats to the offshore islands, harbor cruises, tour trains, all cover some of these attractions. This historic old house is the Garden Club Center and hub of spring pilgrimages on the coast. To the water sportsman, the Riviera is a land of exhilarating action. Sailboating, skiing, and motorboating provide hours of thrilling excitement. Equipment rental and instruction are easily obtained. There are numerous public launching and docking facilities, and for kingly berthing, there is this beautiful hotel-serviced marina. Local and international sailing regattas follow one another in staccato succession. With sails puffed out like Boreas, the Greek god of the north wind, these yachts await the starting gun. Sun worshippers on the beach enjoy the grace of unfurled sails as the boats glide by. To the victors go the trophies. It is a child's dreamland come true. Many unusual creatures live in this huge viewing tank. It is the home of the amazing seals and performing porpoise, always so eager to please. Lovable deer and other animals will capture your heart and food at the fun-packed Deer Ranch. This little piggy stayed home to get food and love. In this authentic Old West town, partner, the good guy always wins. The thrilling super slides and the favorite rides of an amusement park are children's delights. Oh yes, bring along your pets. They'll enjoy it too. To the night swingers, there's a broad choice of entertainment from the elegant to the flamboyant. Nightlife is lively, with nationally known entertainers setting the pace. America's Riviera is a year-round world with many annual events. In early spring, Mardi Gras is a time for gay abandon before Lent. Residents and visitors alike, intrigued by the several parades and the unusual festivities, join in the fun. St. Michael's Catholic Church is the focal point of the annual June Blessing of the Fleet. The fishing armada turns out en masse, making it a gala occasion. Bedecked in finery of every hue, the boats vie for prizes. Most of the fishermen are of Slavic ancestry and own their own boats. Thousands line the shore and piers to witness this unique old world custom. In a seemingly endless line, each boat passes to receive the blessing of deity. for a good catch and a safe return. The boats head out into the Gulf to reap the harvest of shrimp. Commercial fishing is big business in this area, creating home and export trade. These tasty morsels may be your next shrimp remoulade. Queen contests crowd the calendar in rapid fashion as beautiful southern belles hopefully pray that this is their day. Pretty girls deserve lovely things. Shops range from the beguiling and exotic to an air-conditioned shopping city of 53 stores. The lasting pleasure of a visit to America's Riviera will be the memory of the fun you've had. Adventure is all around you. On the golden Mississippi Gulf Coast, where fun in the sun is a way of life.